Have you ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly create the life of their dreams while others struggle, despite trying just as hard? It's not luck, talent, or even circumstance. It's about accessing a dimension of the mind that most people never dare to explore. In this video, we are going to dive deep into a concept inspired by the teachings of Neville Goddard, one that will reshape how you think, how you see your world, and how you bring your desires into reality. This is not just about imagination. This is about daring to imagine what others can't. And more importantly, it's about how to maintain that powerful state when the world around you keeps tempting you to give it up. Stay with me until the very end, because the real secret isn't just in imagining. It's in how you hold the vision when everything else says you shouldn't. I'll give you real-life applications, simple guidance, and examples that you can start using today. And by the time we finish, you'll not only understand the power behind Neville's teachings, you'll feel it, and you'll live it. Let's begin with the truth most people avoid. The world you see is a mirror. It does not show you what is true, it reflects what you believe to be true. Neville Goddard said that imagination creates reality, but few people really take that to heart. They hear it, nod, and go back to worrying, doubting, and reacting to what they see. But here's the shift that will change everything for you. You have to dare to imagine something so boldly, so specifically, so clearly, that no one around you would even believe it's possible. You must imagine something that stretches beyond your current circumstances, beyond what anyone has done before you, and beyond what the world tells you is reasonable. That's the first step, daring to imagine the impossible. Not just wishing for it, but seeing it, feeling it, and accepting it as real in your inner world. And this is where most give up. Because when the outer world doesn't change immediately, they think the inner vision is fake. But it's the exact opposite. The inner vision is the truth, and the outer world is the shadow. It's always late to the party. Think of your imagination as the blueprint. No architect walks away from a building halfway through construction because the walls aren't up yet. They trust the process. You must do the same. When you dare to imagine what others can't, you enter a sacred creative zone. But the real test and the real power comes not just from stepping into that zone, but from remaining there. Remaining there when people doubt you. Remaining there when nothing seems to be changing. Remaining there when fear whispers, "This isn't working." That is where manifestation becomes mastery. So how do you maintain that powerful imaginative state? It begins with choosing your inner conversations. If imagination creates reality, then the way you talk to yourself in silence matters more than anything else. Most people unknowingly destroy their manifestations by arguing with them in their minds. They imagine wealth, then think, "But I don't have enough." They imagine love, then worry, "What if they leave?" These inner dialogues are seeds. Every time you choose the voice of doubt, you're watering weeds. You need to become hyper-aware of the tone and direction of your thoughts. When you catch your mind slipping into the old pattern of doubt or fear, you gently but firmly redirect it. Don't fight the thought, replace it. If you imagine yourself succeeding in your dream job and a thought comes up saying, "That's unrealistic," you respond internally with, "It's already mine. It's unfolding now." This isn't about pretending. It's about choosing which reality you are loyal to, the one you desire or the one you fear. Neville often said, "Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled." That assumption is not a weak hope. It is a decision. Decide to live in the reality of your dream. Walk, speak, think, and feel from that place, even when your senses try to betray you. Your senses will always show you yesterday, but your imagination shows you tomorrow. Hold onto the vision until it becomes today. Let me give you an example. Imagine a young woman named Sarah who dreams of being a published author. Everyone around her tells her it's too hard, that publishing is competitive, that she needs connections. For years she listens to these voices and doubts herself, writing in secret but never sharing her work. One day, she discovers Neville Goddard. Something in his words hits her differently. She decides to imagine differently. She begins to live as if she's already a successful author. She visualizes her name on a book cover. She feels the weight of the book in her hands. She imagines interviews, reader emails, signing events. She feels the thrill of those moments deeply. Every day, even when her real life looks nothing like that vision. Friends still say she's wasting her time. Her bank account doesn't reflect success yet. But she doesn't flinch. She holds the image. She writes each day from that future version of herself. 1 year later, her manuscript gets picked up by a publisher. Not because she hoped, but because she knew. She dared to imagine what others couldn't, and she maintained that state long enough for the outer world to catch up. That's how this works. That's how it always works. And here's the part that most people miss. It's not hard. It's simple, but it's not always easy. Because maintaining the state requires consistency, not struggle. You don't need to visualize for hours a day. You don't need to repeat affirmations until your voice is hoarse. You just need to return to the feeling. Again and again. You'll get distracted. That's okay. Just return. You'll get discouraged. That's okay. Just return. You'll feel like it's not working. That's okay. Just return. You'll feel like it's not working. That's okay. Just return. This process is like planting a seed. You don't dig it up every day to check if it's growing. You water it with belief. You feed it with imagination. You protect it from the weeds of doubt. And eventually it grows. The universe doesn't respond to desperation. It responds to clarity. It responds to faith. It responds to imagination that refuses to bend. And this is why you must stay until the end of this message, because this is the part that brings it all together. The longer you dwell in the state of the wish fulfilled, the faster your world must shift. Not maybe, not someday. It must shift. Reality is plastic to the touch of imagination. And your world is not fixed. It is fluid, changeable, bendable, malleable, but only to the one who dares to hold the vision when others mock it. When the world laughs, you smile, because you know something they don't. You know that what you imagine persistently and consistently must become your experience. There is no other way. This is not a theory, it is law. And when you understand that, you stop begging the world to change. You become the cause. You stop reacting and start creating. And your life becomes proof of the power within you. So as we close this first part, I want you to reflect on this. What are you willing to imagine today that no one else around you dares to see? What reality are you willing to claim before it shows up? What dream are you finally ready to stop wishing for and start living from? Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for signs. Don't wait for evidence. Decide now. Step into the state. Live from the end. And when doubt comes, and it will, don't fight it. Just return to the vision. Again and again. Because the moment you stop letting the world tell you what's real, and start letting your imagination define reality, you become unstoppable. This is your moment. Dare to imagine what others can't. And hold it until the world has no choice but to catch up.